tonight reviewing from the Alphabet Brewing Company. It's hotter than the sun. It bloody isn't here, but it's Baltic here. But anyway, this is a 7.4% double dry hopped Kveik IPAs. Supposedly with satsumas, lemon in the flavour. We'll see. But yeah, this was from the surprise. Good evening. Chilly and wet here. Absolutely chucking it down in Nottingham. This was in a surprise beer haul from Low Cost Beer, and some amazing beers on their site. And I like the artwork on this fellow as well, so we'll spin it round. Good evening. Have you got your IPA yet? Have they sorted you out? Dimbos. They ought to let you have that lager for free for messing you about. The ABV is 7.4%. Double dry hopped Kveik IPA. Isn't it? Yeah. I forget. Good evening. Yeah, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna do a beer wall video, and then I'll cancel the the subscription. Good evening. I don't know if it's raining in your part of the country, but bloody hell, it's absolutely chucking it down here. Awful weather. There we go. It's hotter than the sun. Look at that. Lovely pour as well. Yeah, it's absolutely pissing it down here. And it's cold. Yeah, I will cancel via email. Good evening. I can't stand talking to people on the phone. I hate it. Someone rings my phone and I don't know who it is. I don't answer. It must have been snowing last night because I had snow all over my car this morning. Then it was chucking it down with rain this morning. I'll cancel it via 2 different things then, just in case. And then all day it's been absolutely freezing at work, wet. Crappy day at work, but lovely pour, lovely orange pour with a white head. This is obviously going to be some sort of juicy beer. Now I read that it's satsumas, pineapple and lemon. So we'll see. I thought I got satsuma then, or orange satsuma. Orange and satsuma, the same thing to me. Well, if they ring my phone, I won't answer. unless I know you. Yeah, I'll never ever answer. But yeah, free cases. Well done. I mean, free's good, isn't it? Free's what we all want. Very juicy beer. No bitterness. I've just reviewed Maple Moon by Joseph Holt Brewery. Yeah. I've got enough beer now. I mean, I've just got that Vocation Brewery beer hall that came earlier. And that's it now. I've got to put the lid on it now. Surprised the wife didn't kick off earlier with me. But she's been pretty good, to be fair. Although it is her birthday, and I have treated her well so far for her birthday. So I don't suppose she's too bothered. As long as I'm not pissed up every night, then she's all right. Last night, I'd done the beer reviews last night. I went up the arse and I got a bottle of the Imperial Russian Stout. Well, a 1.5 litre bottle. I had a couple of glasses of that, and I stumbled in the front room. And she says, "Oh, pissed up, are we?" And I'd actually stumbled, but not pissed up. Exactly, yeah. She knows what I'm like. Bless you. I used to do the same thing with internet. Back in the days when internet first came out, when it was the phone line, I had to use different email addresses and everything just to get free internet for a month or two before Virgin came along, and you just paid for it and you got decent internet. Definitely getting the satsuma element. Trying to see if I can get the pineapple. And I was actually quite sober. I mean, I can't remember falling to sleep last night. But I woke up this morning, and I think the the Imperial Russian Stout, it helps you go to toilet. Oh dear. Yeah. That cleaner, when she comes to one of the hotel, the hotel should be saying, "Fucking hell, I can tell he's been here." I'll have to make sure I clean the toilet properly before. Oh dear. Yeah, that Imperial Banoffee Stout from Vocation sounds awesome. Can't wait to drink that. Not on a work night though. I might drink that on a Friday or Saturday. 11%. Oh, it's the spot. Yeah, I think it's the yeast in homebrew. I just think it helps you go to toilet. I really do. And mixing different beers and homebrew, really does help. So real lovely, juicy juice fest this is. I went on the website just before I came on, and I think they do 3 or 4 beers, core beers, that they do all year round. Manchester-based brewery, since 2014. See, sometimes I can actually remember things, that I read. And it was Matt from Low Cost Beer who inspired me to review this tonight. So, cheers, Matt. Very easy drinking. And I'll tell you what, you cannot tell. Do you find, I can't be the only one, with these juicy beers that you cannot guess the ABV? I can't tell that's 7.4%. Not at the moment, anyway. I probably will after I've drank it. But at the moment, can't tell at all. Oh. And then also, I've got that Imperial Chocolate and Cherry, the Tesco's one. Did I miss something then? There we go. That's better. If anybody's been on, it's really nice. A lot of these IPAs, they can be too in your face. I don't like anything that's too resiny, too hoppy. I mean, I don't mind a certain amount, but sometimes they're just too much in your face. This is perfect. It's just a lovely, obviously strong, juicy beer that you don't get the ABV. 3 or 4 of these, you'll be on your back. Tonight, St. Peter's Brewery, I think it's on their webpage. They've got a load of wonky labelled beers. Yeah, must be. Good evening as well. Didn't know you were there. Yeah, St. Peter's got a load of wonky labelled beers. Going cheap, plum porter, honey porter. You can buy cases of them. So I actually emailed him and says, "Is your machine not working properly?" A good supermarket juicy beer. Bloody hell. Good evening. Supermarket juicy beer. Bloody hell. That's put me on the spot. Well, it's not no use looking at Sainsbury's because they ain't got any. Or Asda rather, that's what I meant. Good evening. Oh. A juicy beer. Flipping heck. Do you know, off the head, I can't think of one. Not that's come straight to my head. See, Morrison's. I can't, yes. Love and Hate. I can't remember if I've reviewed that or not, Or is that just came on that Vocation Brewery tonight? Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Oh, I paid £7 for a pint of that at the airport coming back from America. £7, nearly cried. And that was 7 years ago, mind you. £7 for a beer. Divide and Conquer. I've got that. Yeah, that came today. Yeah, we sipped it. Didn't get pissed at the airport. Well, fuck that. I'm not for £7. I'm not having another one. That was one sipping it going along. Elvis juice. Would you call that juicy? It's a fantastic grapefruit beer, to be fair. I'm trying to think juicy like this. No, brain's gone. Although I have been up since 5 o'clock, so. Oh, fuck's sakes. We'll lose probably again. That's why I don't even listen these days. Good evening. Northern Monk do make some awesome beers, gotta say. Definitely satsumas at the front, or orange, you know. Yeah, they call it satsumas, but it tastes like orange to me. I can never tell the difference in taste between satsumas, clementines, and orange. You know, they all taste like orange. Yes, I had some fun with that. Still not heard anything from Google, and I've still not heard anything from the company who took it. But you know, I'm not letting it lie. But luckily, PayPal put it back in. Disgusting. Ah, yes. Morrison's do sell that juice forsyth, and yeah, it is lovely. Yes, that was a nice beer. That was. Brew York do some fantastic beers. But then again, when you look around the UK, there were some amazing breweries. To be a fan of beer in this day and age, it costs you a fortune. If you went around all the breweries picking all your if you went around picking all the box ticking beers, wow, you know, you'd have some amazing beers, but you'd have no bank balance because there's just so many good beers these days. And so many damn breweries. God. I mean, as a fan of beers, it's an awesome time. Oh, just had a message from somebody saying Avon can be done entirely at home. Yes, I must reply back and give it the old F and off. Don't know how they get my number. It must be just a random thing they send out. Or EE is selling my number. Because I don't give it out to people. Good evening. I'm on a 1-day furlough, so I work 4 days and then I get 1 day off, which is actually quite nice. I mean, to be fair, in November I was doing 2 days at work, 3 days furlough, and that was amazing, you know. But we're coming into spring now. Yeah, toss us on. Yeah, we're coming into spring now, and I've still got a lot of work to do. Yeah, and I can't see people. I can see a lot of people staying on the same wages for years. Um, I mean, my boss says to me, he says when I first went to the job, because I took a good evening. I took a pay cut to get the job, to make sure I took the job. I had to get out that hellhole I was in anyway. And he said, after so many months, you know, once the business comes back, we'll put your wages up. But obviously, we're still in bloody furlough, lockdown. And once the hotels open and the weddings start again, hopefully, you know, my wages will go up. Money's not everything, though. Not everything. It's nice. It is nice to have a bit, but yeah, daffodils are about this big now. Snowdrops are already out. And yeah, the greenery is starting to come. They all reckon, good evening. They all reckon in May. my local Tesco's, they've reduced the size of their beer department. So in Tesco's, this is a Tesco's Extra, we had 2 aisles, one for wine and spirits, one for beers, lagers, ciders. And now half of one of those aisles has been took up with bloody pop. Whether it's a temporary move while they do work, you know, I'm hoping that it isn't. But yeah, because the craft beer section in Tesco's has been obliterated. It's down to one small plinth, which is no, it's crap for craft. I mean, you look at Morrison's, I think they've got 2 or 3 plinths. It's funny that I'm doing the same. At work, I've potted up 60 pots with loads of, yeah, the Red Church one was amazing, wasn't it? And it's still on. So if you go to Red Church and today's like, you know, say it was that box I bought yesterday, if you spend 20 quid, you put try on. Ah, that's interesting then. You put try on and you get free delivery. So it's worth doing. I mean, St. Peter's got their wonky beers. There is a way. Nagam posted it the other day where you can get a £5 off. There is a way of getting a £5 off as well. So even you could even get the box for 15 quid. And, you know, that way. In fact, if you go to that Red Church Brewery beer hall I did yesterday, click on that link. I think you can get a £5 off when you sign. So you sign up first. Don't do the order first. Sign up. Then they might send you the £5 code. And then click on the starter pack for 20 quid. You get the glass, 10 beers. Put try in for the, as in the code, and you might get it all for 15 quid delivered, which is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, just sign up first before you try and do the... See, I dropped a bollock. I went straight to the delivery first. I didn't, you know, bother signing up. But it's one way of getting in there. There you go. I know. I bobbed it myself there because I could have got it for 15 quid. I mean, for 15 quid, it's an absolute steal. And some of the, if you watched yesterday, some of them beers were 7%ers. There was lagers, pale ales, a really good wide range of beers. I like to, if I see any decent breweries and decent offers, I like to, you know, especially if they're cheap enough. I mean, obviously you don't want to be paying silly price, but if you get 10 beers and a glass, or 12 beers and a glass, cheap enough, then I think it's a great thing to do. Plus you're helping that brewery out. You know, every sale is a good sale these days. So I was confirmed, Matt from Low Cost confirmed to me that they've only got 10 taps at Low Cost. Ah, bloody hell, that's amazing, isn't it? You tap that on, I'm telling you. Yeah, so with the draft beer at Low Cost, he's got 10 taps on the go. So obviously they have to wait for one of them kegs to finish so he can bring on the next new beer or whatever. So as soon as people order enough and they get those out the way, then, you know, we might see some of them new beers come through. That's amazing, isn't it? Good evening. Yeah. It's like I preempted you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting to see what new draft stuff comes out. And he says he's got more beers coming out as well. So, so it's, you know, it's got to be interesting. Oh, got a nice... It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be nice. God knows. If you look at the likes of Home Bargains and B&M Bargains, what they'll do is, I suppose in these channels where a brewery will say, look, we've got 20 pallets of, I don't know, Krabby's ginger beer. We need rid. You know, it's going out of date, or it's out of date. And I suppose that's when the likes of Low Cost or, you know, B&M Home Bargains will say, right, we'll take all what you've got. We'll give you X amount for it. You're not going to get full price. But then again, if you're a brewery, if you look at this year at Home Bargains, they had all them plastic bottles. Obviously, all the festival season was cancelled. So all the plastic bottles made their way into the likes of B&M, Home Bargains and Low Cost. And, you know, for them breweries, it was a way of at least getting some of the money back for what they've brewed. Rather than just put it down, you know, just get rid, which is sacrilege. You know, no one should be pouring good beer away. And I presume that's there must be channels. That's what made me last March. I thought to myself, there's got to be somewhere that sells either out of date or, you know, that sort of beer. And that's when I came across Low Cost, and I'm looking on the site and thinking, bloody hell, this is amazing. Breweries I've never heard of in my life. And so I got like 25 beers for something daft like 44 quid. Litre bottles of spirits, toss up between Asda, Sainsbury's and Morrison's. They all have different offers. You see, they're not allowed to sell litre bottles of spirit below, and I think it's like £13.70 or something, because the VAT, there's to do with, you know, duty and that. They're not allowed to sell a litre below a certain price. Yeah, the club card. I mean, look at Tesco's the other week with bloody Grey Goose. Grey Goose 70cl for 25 quid. That I've never seen. That was unheard of. Didn't last for long, a couple of days. But it, you know, it was like a flash sale. And Jesus Christ, that was really, really good. Although I went into Tesco's at the weekend, and they had packs of Abbott Ale, 8. So they obviously bought it during lockdown, you know. And they had packs of Abbott Ale. I think it was something daft like £5.60, reduced to £5.60. They'd all gone, obviously. No, it was 70cl for the Grey Goose. I was in that day. I was actually in the supermarket that day. I took a photograph of it. Couldn't believe it. I mean, I don't really drink it. I think it's overpriced, but, you know. I think it was the same day that Bailey's was a tenner. Yeah, I think Bailey's was a tenner that day. We got some Baileys. Wife likes Baileys. Neither of us are that mad keen on vodka, you know. Especially the standard vodka, you know, with no taste in it. I mean, same as gin. Standard gin's awful. I like the flavoured stuff, me personally, but so got me garlic and herb chicken tonight with some chips and gravy, and that'll do us. Got a chicken crown cooking at the moment, so that's our dinner tonight. I'm off the steak. I've had, sometimes when I've done a review, I've had a beer or two sent to me. Low Cost, to be fair, I did, you know, because when I buy the beers from certain breweries, I always say about that. Yeah, Aldi's Grey Goose isn't too bad, actually. Their version of it. Yeah, I don't have it. But yeah, I've had a few, like, couple of cans and couple of bottles there, here and there from certain breweries, but not a lot, you know. And certainly brought a hell of a lot. Over 2.5 years reviewing now, and I would hate to wreck it up how much I've spent. Yeah, I don't even want to go there. Luckily though, obviously, birthdays, Christmas, all helps because it restocks the shelves. I mean, at some stage, I just used to have them in these containers, these like Audi, these IKEA containers. I can't show you one because it's they're full of bottles, but I just used to have them in them. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I mean, I would think on this wall behind me now, there's probably 700 or 800 quid's worth. If there's 300 cans and bottles, a couple of quid a can average. Pound a pint. Can't fault that, can you? God, you need a hobby, don't you? And it's all right, the health people saying, oh, well, you shouldn't be drinking too much. Well, if that's somebody's way, state reviews, yeah. Yeah. I'd have to go to a decent restaurant first, not myself. But, we all cope with stress our own way, don't we? I suffer from anxiety, so I'll have a drink, or tend to have too much, but now and again. But you can't fault it, can you? I do like a ribeye. Oh yes, yeah. Cooked on the JMO. So these halogen ovens you can get. It's like a fish bowl with a thing that sits on the top, and it heats. They are brilliant because all the fat drips down. Oh, probably about 25 beers a week. But I might drink the odd spirit. It depends if if you can't sleep at night, and if I can't sleep, I get stressed, and obviously that's no good. So then I will have a drink. Oh yeah, I'm not listening to all them. Fuck them. That's what I do. So my wife doesn't work. We've got an autistic child. He's not severely autistic, but he is autistic. And we've also got a grandson. My wife looks after the grandson, so my daughter can work. We made the decision years ago that we don't want anybody looking after our son. My wife looks after our son because she's the best person for the job. So I work, she doesn't. She looks after them, but she does cakes as well. So it brings a bit of pocket money in. Not a lot. She don't charge a lot. She don't charge. She can't get what the proper cake makers get, where they're getting hundreds of pounds for a cake. But it keeps her busy, and it's great for your mental health, keeping yourself busy. And then obviously I go to work, but what I get, I luckily I've got an internet website, so that brings a bit of money in now and again. It's not you can't rely on it. But then I've also started this in the last year or two, doing gardens on a Saturday. Only gardens where they want the garden actually looking like a beautiful garden, not some bloody, where they've got fake grass and all that. It's not worth bothering. And I've turned these gardens into amazing gardens, all of them. And they're so easy to look after because I go every 2 weeks. I get the garden done as quick as I can because, to be honest, I can't be done with being there. And yeah, that's what's paid for most of these on the beer wall. Yeah, and sometimes you do you feel that when you look on a can with the legal stuff, oh, you're only allowed to drink so many units and all that, and you're made to feel like drinking. I mean, if you're getting up in the morning and on the vodka, there's an issue there, obviously. But if you're having 2 or 3 beers a night, I don't see an issue with that. But you're made to feel like there's a bloody issue. You're made to, if you look at what the government and the websites and that, you're made to feel like because you're drinking, it's a bad thing. That causes anxiety as well. It's like anything, moderation's good. If under 40 quid, I think it's a fiver. Over 40 quid, I might be wrong. I think it's oh, supermarket cakes are shit. pardon my French. You would love my wife's cakes. You would. The way she makes her cakes, you know, like most of us in life, you know, when you do a certain thing, I wish 10 years ago when I was at Sainsbury's, I was doing bloody beer reviews, because I had, you know, I had the ability to get any beer I wanted and wine, you know, so cheap, because we reduced stuff down so much. And, you know, I'd have been on about 10,000 reviews by now, which probably isn't a good thing, but but same with my wife. If she'd have done cakes 20 odd years ago, and she was always artistic, but now she's doing that for the cakes. Over £40. Yeah, I thought it was. 17 units, bollocks, isn't it? I mean, yeah. I mean, I wish I'd have done beer reviews 10 years ago. But then again, would I have been able to talk to the camera? You know, the first time I started doing it, I was so hesitant. Felt like a right muppet. Nowadays, I don't give a monkeys, but although I couldn't go to a pub and do a beer review with people watching you, because I feel like a right twat. And yet you get theme park vloggers who will be there talking about the theme park. You know, that if you look at people like Coaster Crazy and Theme Park Worldwide, if you follow roller coasters, they'll be there. They'll be talking and in front of people. And yet me, I feel a right tard. I mean, I felt a twat that day in Sainsbury's and somebody come up to me. No, I don't know. I mean, my reviews, I say as you know, I say it as I find it. I'm not trying to lie about the beer, make a beer sound any better, or try and make the flavour any different. Because obviously, I can only get what I can get. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I don't mind admitting that. Same with scores, like out of 5, doesn't really matter really in the grand scheme of things. If it tastes good, it tastes good. Ooh. So I can feel it now. That's 7.4%. Can't taste it, but whoa, I can proper feel it now. I might have to take a bottle of homebrew up the house. Cheers. I don't watch anybody else's reviews, to be honest. I tried watching one once and I was 2 minutes in. I thought, oh, it's boring. And I turned it off. I think my pissed up reviews are better. I think temperature changes beer so much, you know. Drinking beer cold, drinking beer room temperature, drinking beer warm, you know, not warm's obviously not a good temperature for any beer, but yeah. I try not to sniff my farts. You've had homebrew, you don't want to. It's not good. But right, yeah. So, Alphabet Brewing Company, 7.4%, a Kveik IPA, double dry hops as well. Juicy beer. Gotta say, on the website it says satsumas, pineapple and lemon. Definitely got satsumas on the nose. In the taste, I've definitely got satsumas and pineapple. Didn't really get the lemon. So, you know, can't win them all. Juicy throughout, no bitterness, very easy drinking, truly very easy drinking, and a good beer. And bloody hell, you don't get the ABV at the start, but towards the end of the glass, I feel walloped. And it's only my second beer. Might have to take some wine up the house. But you didn't say that. Out of 5. Very good Manchester beer, craft beer. Out of 5. Ooh. Fart sniffers, I know. You won't want to sniff my farts at 7 in the morning. Jesus, not when I've been on the bed and that before. Fucking hell, I don't want to sniff them. Best beer brewery? God. It depends on what type of beer you like, really. Yeah, I would say, I think 4.3 is a good score for this. I think it's, yeah, it's where it deserves. And the strength is amazing. That strength that hits you at the end. Yeah, when I went past 1,000, them ads came on. I didn't like them, so I took them off it. I fucked them off. I couldn't stand it. Yeah, and I go on YouTube, and some of my favourite YouTubers, they've got more ads than a little. And I'm on, I'm watching something. I try to get past the ads, and all of a sudden, it flicks me off YouTube, and I'm like, F me. So it gets to the stage where I stop watching people, and you know, it just does my nutting. Luckily, I don't need to earn money off YouTube. I mean, I suppose if you was on 100,000 subscribers, then fair play. You know, it's getting a bit of pennies off YouTube is probably a good thing if you can stand it. But I can understand an ad at the start of the video. You can just ignore that for 5 seconds. But these where they pop up every few minutes does my bolting. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have the same issue. Yeah, I might have to. But sometimes, you know, when we're watching on our Virgin box, you can't put an ad blocker extension on, and yeah, it does you nothing. Can't stand it. Bloody adverts. Right, better go back up the arse. My chicken's going to be well and truly cooked, and I'll be getting a rollicking off the wife if it's overcooked, because I'm the one doing dinner. Work all day, come home, do dinner. You can't fault it, can you? Although she has done 2 cakes today. A Pokemon cake and what was the other cake? Oh, an Xbox controller cake. Yeah, it's not worth the hassle, is it? Right, thank you all for watching and commenting, and hope you have a good night. Yeah, fuck that. I can't be done with it. Pardon my French. Should be swearing. It lowers the decorum. See you soon. Or see you tomorrow. Or even later on, you never know.